All right, so as a project manager, it's important to create material order. So in this training, we're gonna discover on how you can do a roof material order. So we all start here from an estimates most of the time. Okay, so I will go into the financials here and locate my estimate. So I look at a few things before getting started. So let's say I got a task here and I have to start working on this project. First off, I like to understand my financial. Okay, did I receive a payment for that job? Okay, I'm going to go into the invoice, see if there's any invoices, see if there's any payments. So usually we start with deposits, um, but sometimes we're going to have partners with insurance company and we get paid at the end of the project, or we can do um, progress invoicing for the payment. So in this case here, we don't have any payment, and but let's dive on in the estimates. So the goal is understanding the estimates. I'm going to open the estimates, and the way I like to do that is clicking on a three dot, and then you can duplicate the estimates to really see everything here. So when you start at the top here, depending on if it's an insurance jobs or a retail. So retail, it could be like roof siding, eavesdrop. So for this instance, this is insurance job. So I got my number at the top here, insurance exactament approved 26K. I got all my quantities here from Malarkey. So my goal as a production manager, um, sorry, a project manager, it's basically to understand, like the quantities, if there's missing anything here, is there the drip edges there, is my roofing vents are on the estimates. Also my labor, so understanding my labor costs. So here I can see that there's 24 square 130. So I'm gonna basically look at everything here. Here I can tell that my labor should have been at 130. Soft metal, so I like to get the color, the measurements of all my corners. So here there's a few things missing. Siding welding, so I kind of understand what's my siding welding, cladding, shingle upgrade. Okay, so that's a shingle upgrade there. They charge 2,500 bucks. And then it says here at the bottom, soft metal completion insurance will pay for the remaining. So the homeowner here only pay 2,500 bucks for the shingle upgrade, and then the rest will be the insurance company. So and at the bottom here on the right hand side, you can see the cost. Okay, you can see the profit. So that has to make sense. But that profit will be accurate if all my quantities and costs here is right. So when I say costs here is, so if I got my shingles here at 53 for Malarkey, $53, and my shingle here, let's say, is at 20 bucks. Yes, I got a cost there, but it's not really reflective, the right amount. Okay, so understanding the cost, it's very important as a project manager, because at the end of the day, you will have to do a budget to see if you are keeping on track with all the costs. Also finding out if you can save some money. Okay, so this is important to understand all these aspects when you are starting a project. So the next step here, when I duplicate that, I kind of have an understanding of how it works. Okay, so I'm going to get out of there. Okay, I don't want to say my duplicate here. I'm going to get out of there, and then I'm going to start working on the material order. Okay, so I'm going to start with my roof. And the best case scenario, we start with the roof, siding, eavesdrop, in the meantime, if there's any window, painting, and so on. So always start with your roof. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into a material order. So I'm going to click on the three dots on the estimate approved, convert to material order. All right, so now I'm going to do some cleanup because this is based from the estimates. So the supplier don't need the total amount of, how much it costs for the siding, how much we're paying our trade. So we're going to do some cleanup. Okay, so be very careful here. When you clean, you don't want to delete any line items from the roofing. So go slow. Okay, so right now I have my material order. Okay, so this is very important to look at the color. Is there any color here? Natural wood. Does my quantity make sense here? I got Malarkey 67 bundle. I got Malarkey 3 stars strip bundle. So usually the starter is about 3 to 4 bundle average. Capping will depend. Some houses could have 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10, 15 bundle. It depends. Drip hedge, there's 25 pieces. Coil, 10 piece. That's for the Middle Valley. And then you got the roof vents. You got the Primex for the goosenecks. So it looks, very decent here. So at the bottom here on my special instruction, I always like to add some notes here for the supplier when I send that out. They understand what I want. If there's any special instruction, so I always like to add deliver 5 bundle on the ground. 5 bundle on the ground, 1 cap, 1 capping, and then 1 starter. Sometimes we're going to order an extra cap, an extra starter bundle, and then windows bundle are on the roof. So in Canada here, we deliver all of the product on the roof, which is better for us. But let's say there's other area in the States there that they would deliver some product, not on the roof, on the driveway. And then they use lattice oils to put the bundle on the roof. So here it's a little bit different. I think it's a little bit easier on the guys as well. So special instruction, the supplier will understand that, they're going to drop some bundle on the ground. And internal notes here. So that's going to be the note that we're going to see internally for us. Okay. So usually I like to put the name of the supplier, consolidated, and then the amount as well. So 5, well, you don't really need it actually. I'm going to save that material order. And this is going to how it looks like. So system instruction will show here. And then there's some sky instruction here. So this looks like the material order here. I got my color ready to go. I got my costs here. And then here it shows, if actual cost is greater than approximately, by more than $200, please contact or email for approval. So we want a supplier to kind of send an email saying, hey, you guys are way off, what's going on here. But so if we have your cost right, this is basically what matters. So this is the first step, creating a shingle material order. And then what I like to do as well is on the material order, if I have a date here of when the product will be delivered, I will add a date here. Okay, so if it's November, I got confirmation of November 6th, I'm going to save it. I'm going to see if I go in my financials here, I'm going to see that I have my date here. the material order date. That can give me an idea of like when the supply is coming. It's in the draft status. I haven't sent it. So how do you send that? Next step is email material order. And you don't want to email that to the homeowner, obviously. So you want to pick one of your supplier. So here, it's consolidated. And then if you want to add another email address for some reason, you have to email two people for some reason, you can add an email address right here. I did not select any email template here. So I'm going to send that in, and then they're going to receive them with their order, and then they can confirm if they have availability on the caller, and then delivery date. So that's basically it for the material order. I hope you guys enjoy the training.